Greetings, guys. It's Irish here. So I thought I would do a vlog of sorts for this video. Now, I've been on tiling window managers for as pretty much as long as I've been on Linux, so about 6 years now going on. I was on i3, but i3 has been getting a little boring for me. It is a little bit limited, and just about everyone is like anyone who is on a tiling window manager, it seems, is going to i3. So there are times I just feel like I shouldn't be part of the crowd per se and do everything, because if that was the case, I would still be on KDE or whatever. So I decided to move to Xmonad. So when I was still doing the LDC Now, like quote unquote podcasts with the two other guys, I think it was Morningstar turned me on to Xmonad and showed me his configs and everything. And I thought it looked interesting that it was based off of Haskell, based off of a programming language. With i3, it's plain English pretty much, that it tells you. But so you learn it pretty quick and you can get a lot of functionality without really trying. So I thought I tried doing DWM. I did do Herpsloot. Herpsloot is very close to i3. Um, it's very simple to read. Anyone that's not a programmer can understand just about what's going on. I did try Awesome. Awesome and DWM. I didn't mind learning C and Lua for that, but again, there's something weird about it that I just don't like. Maybe it's the tag system. Uh, there's something about it. So I wanted to do Xmonad. So I tried doing it. I could never get it to work. So I was playing when I was tinkering with my computer. I was, trying to get Xmonad to work. I tried different people's different configs, nothing. So I think I know you're not supposed to do this, but I took the default config and changed it that way, and it worked. For whatever reason, I couldn't get Steam working and other stuff working, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the versioning. So I had to hack it, but I still couldn't get Steam to work for the most part on Xmonad. So I was going back and forth between i3 and Xmonad, so I wasn't really committed to it. So recently, maybe about a month or two ago, I started giving it a good shot, like going full time with on Xmonad. So I figured out how to do like MPV, not make that like make it tile instead of full screen. I got scratch pads, which I made a video on, and I got Steam to work. But when I was trying to figure out the scratch pads, I was coming across other people's configs, and it looks like if you go in GitHub or GitLab and look at people's configs, they all look pretty much the same with their main function. So I'll show you. I still have uh, my initial configuration file. So if we go into it really fast, let me show you this. Xmonad.old. See here. Xmonad.old. Okay. So the main function is right here. So it says main is Xmonad, and you're gonna pipe all of this to Xmonad. So if you ran this, it compiled completely fine. But if you look at other people's configs, you're going to see something called spawn pipe, which that's how they ran the Xmo bar across the top. So like let me go to my GitHub really fast and show you here. Uh, the guy Ethan Schoonover is who I was really a. Let me see here. Is it this one? Yes. So his video actually got me motivated to actually learning it. He actually has a bunch of unique features within that. So if we go down to his main config, you're going to see something like this. Main equals do xmproc equals spawn pipe my status bar. And then he's got a bunch of this stuff going down, and then he's got this. So I tried to emulate that with the config that I had. So what I have here, let me go back to actually my one. So I redid this. I set so from the previous one to this, I wanted to have it look very similar to that spawn pipe. So I went on to Reddit and did someone figured out, like, they're pretty much teaching me a little bit of Haskell in the process. So main equals do CNF goes to status bar, my PP, toggle, the whole thing that I had before, to xmonad.ewmh dash CNF. Now, so I was somewhat happy with that, but I you could call me crazy or whatever, but I kind of wanted the spawn pipe going to that, and uh, with the Xmobar PP, which gives me the color scheme that I have up here, it has a dynamic log right up here, and I could never get that to work within this. So I played along with it. I found another person's config file. I was going to use Eric Dubois' Xmonad config. I found that, but he's got a lot of junk in there, to be honest. He's got way too much stuff in there for an Arch install. And the way that he structured it was a little weird, but I kind of followed that a little bit. But I found someone else's one which had Xmonad, because Eric Dubois had Polybar as the bar, and it showed nowhere in the config itself. I think it was started in one of his scripts that they created. So I couldn't really use his. But I found another person very similar config to mine, had Xmobar like mine. So I kind of tried to copy his, but it still aired out. So I took the most important part, which was the main function. So now, as you see up here, I don't have any of this crap. So the status bar is gone. Like when I was on the Reddit, they're like, why do you have the status bar right there? I'm like, I copied it from someone else. I know that's how a lot of people get started with Xmobar or Xmonad, but I don't know why that is there calling my bar, because my bar is Xmobar. So I tried to get rid of it and it freaked out. So now tonight, recently, like 5 minutes ago, I actually got it to work. So this is what the main function looks like. So main equals do xmproc spawn pipe, where my xmobar sits, xmonad.ewh. The docs is for my layouts. It was freaking out also. If we go up to my layouts, which is right above the main function, I have toggle layouts to go full. So say I'm right here and I want it to go full screen, there you go. So that's what the toggle is. It was freak out because it wasn't pointing to the X config, and I had no idea what it was asking for. So I'm going to guess it was something to do in here. And here's the log hook, dynamic log with PP. and then Xmomar PP. Now, I'm probably... Alright, and then I called manage hooks and startup hook, and everything worked, and then here's my main default config. There is still a weird issue that I need to go through my config, but when I go through it, I don't understand why it's not working. So, the majority of people use their Windows key as their modifier key. I use the Alt key. Now, I can change this to mod 4, which is the which is the Windows key. I'm refreshing it. So now, when I did modify J and K, it would go up and down. But now if I do Windows key, it's still standing still, so I don't know what's going on. Alt key is used in like Firefox and Tmux and everything else like that, so I'm trying to go to the Windows key, but I don't know why it's not working, so as for right now, I'm just going to keep it like this. And I'm trying to get Spotify to spawn in the background, because if I do a mod Z, now it's in my scratch pad, so I don't know if it's possible or not, but so yeah, that's my Linux journey, or my Xmonad journey. I feel like I'm on par now with the other configs that I've seen out on GitHub. I know, you guys can call me crazy, but I feel so much better that I have it like this instead of like that, because I don't know why this drove me up a wall. Again, call me crazy. So in the next video, I have a dual monitor system downstairs with Xmonad with my older config. One of the guys commented last video and wanted to know about having certain workspaces go on different monitors. Now it's called independent. Let me see. I think I still have it. It's called independent layout or something like that. I forget what it is, so I will work on that. I do like how Xmonad does the dual monitoring system. I think HexDSL was doing it with Qtile and BSPWM, where it flip-flops. So if I'm on workspace 1 and workspace 2 is on my second monitor, if I still go like mod 2, it will take workspace 2 and put it to my main monitor. And then it'll take whatever was on 1 and move it over there. I really like that. I think that's really cool. I'm sure there's a script and stuff like that for i3 to make it do that, but again, see, that's where it's a little bit limited with i3. So I think I'm going to be for sure a Xmonad user full time now. I've been full time for the last couple months. I think I've gone into i3 only to try to get the color swapping here. So now, sorry, really quick. So if that's not what I wanted. Let's go to Thunar here. Go to my screenshots. Go to the 8th. Don't care. Yeah, here we go. So here's my i3. As you see, the color scheme here and the background color. This is what I was trying to get. So now if there was multiple things open, it would be in this lighter, darker gray color. So I'm happy with the color scheme that I have now. So, but let me know if you got what, what you guys think of Xmonad and if you're curious about using it. Again, you guys can. I'm going to be updating my GitHub page, so this will be on my GitHub. The Xmobar, I have my old one and the new one, and this one is called Xmobar New, I believe. So if you want to use this one, that's where it is. So, but yeah, I will work on that other video for Xmonad, and I will talk to you guys later, and have a good week.